Gavin Newsom, the governor of the Golden State, is back in the news. Wants to put some debit cards in your pocket for some free gas starting in July. What are we up to now? Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Let's get into it. California Governor Gavin Newsom is back in the news. Gavin Newsom on Wednesday proposed an $11 billion package that he says will help residents grapple with the most expensive gasoline in the country. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The most expensive gas in the nation is California, which has soared to a statewide average of $5.98 per gallon. I've been in Arizona the last 5 days. It was nice. Gas was over $1 cheaper. Got over that state line and had to fill up at $6.25. So Gavin Newsom proposes a $400 debit card for vehicle owners instead of suspending the gas tax. That would be a good idea, sir. So under Gavin Newsom's proposals, Californians would receive a $400 debit for each registered vehicle they own, with a limit of 2. And according to the governor's office, the average motorist pays about $300 in gasoline excise taxes each year. So check out this tweet by the governor. He's pumped. He says, we're proposing $11 billion in relief, including a $9 billion tax refund for rising gas prices, $400 per registered car, free public transit for 3 months. Public transit, sir, that nobody will use. Check out this quote from Mike that I found. I think encapsulates what the other side feels. Mike says, I voted for you. But this is just a no, sir. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. No one is going to use public transit. We don't have time for that. Also, $400 is a short-term solution that helps briefly. We need a long-term solution, sir. Go back to the drawing board, Governor. You know, I kind of agree with Mike. Why not, from my research, why not reverse policies that harm California-based oil and natural gas, ladies and gentlemen, producers? So we can meet the nation's energy needs. We have such a vast supply, the largest in the world. Maybe reconsidering California's current oil and natural gas posture, which has crippled this industry in California, so we can increase domestic energy supply. However, we know that that will never happen, under the Biden administration. Bottom line, just give companies a gas tax break like Maryland did, Gas is cheap in Maryland because of it. Folks, we have so much gas in the world. If you read the books on this and the research, it does not need to ever go over $2 a gallon. And don't give me that straight of the Hermes crap. Trust me, it doesn't need to go over $2 a gallon ever. So included in the proposal would be a $400 tax refund that's in the form of a debit card, which would only apply to registered owners of vehicles. We'll see about that, and would be capped at a maximum of $800 per person for those who own more than one vehicle. Now, so they're encouraging you to drive and spend some money. Be bad for the environment. So for those who don't own cars, Newsom would make rail and mass transit free for 3 months that no one uses anyway. So in a Wednesday statement, Newsom blamed Russia. The Russian invasion for Ukraine for the soaring prices. That is not true, 100% been proven wrong. I've been talking about inflation for 15 months. We were serious inflation before this Russian invasion three weeks ago. So we're taking immediate action to get money directly into the pockets of Californians, Gavin Newsom says, who are facing higher gas prices as a direct result of Putin's invasion of Ukraine, said the governor. Ignoring both basic economics, in my opinion, and the fact that gasoline began climbing price long before Mr. Putin invaded. So that's just complete 100% BS. Okay, I'll just call a spade a spade. Newsom's proposal would apply to all Californians regardless of income, which could and will undoubtedly spark a fierce debate among state legislators, some of whom have called for capping the rebates to those with incomes below $250,000. And that's according to the San Francisco Chronicle, which notes that the proposal comes roughly 2 weeks after Newsom said California needed to break free once and for all from the grasp of the petro dictators. Whatever, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. So, Newsom, he needs lawmakers' support to approve the rebate plan as part of the state budget, so the payments could start by July. And by that time, people will be selling their cars or trying to pawn them off. But the prospective delay sparked sharp criticism from Republicans who've demanded the state, provide both a rebate and more immediate relief by suspending the 51 cent per gallon gas tax. So we're getting long-term relief and immediate relief. That makes sense to me. This is exactly what you should do, sir. Newsom's plan is a short-term fix to a long-term problem. Suspend the gas tax and then give people a benefit because California's got a huge surplus as well. Give them the $400. But both. July, seriously, sir. Assembly Republican leader James Gallagher said in a statement, Californians are struggling, and Democrats right now are dragging their feet. How can it possibly take this long? We have to wait till July, he said. We should give immediate relief right now and suspend the gas tax. So in January, Newsom called for giving residents a gas tax holiday by freezing for 1 year the inflationary adjustment to the state's gas tax, which was set to take effect July 1st, saving drivers about $523 million total, and that's according to the San Francisco Chronicle. So Newsom's Wednesday proposal includes $9 billion for tax refunds, as well as several additional areas of relief, including $750 million granted to rail and transit agencies, lobbyist special interests to provide free transportation for Californians for 90 days. Sir, no one's going to use that. No one's going to use it. Unfortunately, it's just not in a very effective way, in my opinion, to target, to help the people who really need it. High gas prices attract a lot of attention, but they are not the key cause of financial hardship for many people, and it's part of it. But I just think these folks need to also talk about other things like food. We have food and housing prices play a major role as well in the state of California and all over the world with the food shortage. So get rid of the 51 cents gas tax right away. Suspend the state's gas tax, which at 51 cents per gallon is the second highest in the nation. But Democrats said that would benefit oil companies. Instead, they favor giving rebates to taxpayer because they know it would go straight to the consumer. Someone else said this. How about getting rid of summer blend requirements? We have summer blend requirements. That would lower our pump price by 75 cents. Won't happen because summer blend is a green holy grail, ladies and gentlemen, in the state of California. I live here in California, and they keep implementing fuel tax and then reappropriating it from road repairs and such to use at their discretion. So, reappropriating that money. So we've had multiple taxes on our gasoline per gallon because of this. It does not matter how regressive the policy is. The green elites will never consider the effects of these policies on working people. There needs to be a better balance, sir. Now, Newsom's plan must be approved by the legislature. Democrat leaders already have said they don't support any proposal to temporarily halt an increase in the state's gas tax. And many Democrats don't like the idea of giving money to everyone, including millionaires and billionaires, which they love to do. Give some more to the billionaires. They prefer targeting rebates to certain income levels. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. That's clear. So Gavin Newsom is paying people to be quiet, in my opinion. Just paying them off. The Democrat way, and I'm not saying Republicans don't do this in other states, the Democrat way in this state right now, let's give away money in order to make people elect us. We don't care what it does to the overall economy as long as it gets us votes. And our voters are too stupid to know what economic problems are actually, being caused by this. They don't know. They just give them the money. It's perfect. It's perfect. You can't stimulate your way out of a bad economy, Mr. Newsom. Bottom line, and I'm not saying Republicans don't do this in other states. Everyone's sitting in their focus groups worrying about getting reelected. But it's not the way to do it. Suspend. You got a surplus of $35 billion from the federal government. Suspend the 51% gas tax, okay? That gives immediate short-term relief right now, and then in July, offer the $400. You got a $35 billion surplus, so just throw the $400 at it as a nice little cherry on top for the great people of the golden state of California. So suspend the gas tax, and then figure out a way to maybe meet halfway on that. But I just think you're looking at it myopically and not seeing the forest through the trees on this. So great, $11 billion, but it's not immediate relief for people that do a lot of driving in this state. And we have a lot of ways. Like I said, we have clean coal, not dirty coal. We are buying oil right now from countries that have dirty oil. We have the best refineries in the world to refine the oil, and we have the largest reserves in the world for natural gas and oil. So it's all going to be about wind. Remember, wind, the technology is not there to power a modern economy. You need fossil fuels for that. The wind, they die out and rust out after 10 years, and they kill birds, and they're bad for the environment as well. So you need to look at this holistically. Our competitors are going to pump fossil fuels for 10 years plus because the technology is not there. And to power solar, you need fossil fuels. So we're going to buy all our solar panels from China instead of making them right here in the United States of America. So we'll see how this pans out. Take care.